So probably the most important question that we all should be asking is, how can we position ourselves to be making a lot of money, but also creatively express ourselves and to be sure that we can keep doing that and will not be outcompeted by AI? Because we're in this weird limbo phase at the moment, right? And the best way to, and this is how I make sense of it, is to look at this hierarchy, right? I'll put it on the screen. You have this inverted triangle on the bottom, and I'll explain all these categories in a second of this hierarchy. Where the bottom is essentially the AI kill zone, right? You could see this as labor, you could see this as selling your time, and even if you are in the upper hierarchy there, worker, you could make a lot of money as a surgeon or respected lawyer or accountant or consultant, but still not be sure of your future. Like whether you are a brain surgeon or an accountant is just a matter of time until you will be replaced. So everybody is to worry, right? If you're in this inverted triangle. And so looking at the future, there's a few things that we should do. Everyone should make the leap to the new economy. This is where you want to be to even be remotely connected to where it's going, right? So that's step one. We want to make the leap upwards. And the best way I could explain that to you, because also this is changing rapidly. It used to be that, for example, because this is obviously entrepreneurial, right? These upper classes. It used to be that you had founders founding companies, right? Alex Hormozi, for example, founded companies. But even he suddenly went all in creating content, right? To his personal brand. And the way you could see this is, nowadays, it's like an onion, right? And the center of the onion, it's you. And you equals a personal brand. And everybody should have one. Because this is where you can still be a category of one, have a moat around yourself against AI. Because you speak on personal experiences, you share perspective, ideas, opinions about human experiences. And this was something that the human psyche will always crave for. And that's why this should be the center of the onion. And the way it works is that this becomes the mechanism that attracts, in this digital world, your tribe, right? So we have all these little and big tribes, and all the algorithms are so refined nowadays that everybody can and will attract their little tribe, right? You have people with 2,000, 3,000 subscribers on YouTube making 50K per month, if they are very good at accurately drawing their tribe in, right? And so when you start attracting your tribe, you have distribution, and from that distribution, these outer rings start forming, and you can build businesses. You can build secondary, tertiary brands. You can create an agency, do some freelance work. And so all these structures you can build around that inner layer. And that's the new form of entrepreneurship, as I'm sure, and where it seems to be going. Content is where the puck is moving, personal branding rather, is where the puck is moving. And that is a sure way to secure yourself. Because no matter how flooded the world will be with AI-generated content, that's only going to increase the value of people willing to be more human, willing to be authentic. Because it's just within our psyche to be desperately craving for that, right? So that's the new way, the new way of entrepreneurship, and I call that not an entrepreneur, but a creator, being the first rank there of the right side, the new economy. And you start as a creator nowadays. So you create content, you learn how to build landing pages, you learn how to create hooks, how to write sales copy, do some freelancing work. You earn the stripes in this phase, right? This is the creator phase, where it can take months, it can take years, until you reach the point where you've done something impressive. And that's when we move up to the composer category, right? So the composer now starts to leverage all the resources that you have created One being your distribution, the audience that you've been building over time, your tribe, your core, your true fans, right? That's a resource you have. Secondary, of course, the skills that you've built now in this digital new game, right? The accolades, the results you've been getting, case studies, things that make you different from others as you've achieved them. And so you collect all these resources until you hit that point, and I think Naval Ravikant talks about this, is you just have to keep going until you are positioned to make the big leap. And that big leap always presents itself as an opportunity, for which I can give you a clear example. One of my clients who was coaching, right? So he founded the coaching business, but didn't have the personal brand yet. I helped him grow his personal brand to about 2K subscribers, helped him create an offer, sell that offer. And so he was now free. But then at some point, he kept going. He got noticed by a very big creator, a big fish in his niche. And he got the opportunity to start a joint venture with him, and his life has completely changed now. That's the big leap, where you go into composing. So, and this is probably the most important category and the thing that's changing the most, because this is how you should see yourself, how you should aspire to see yourself. So the composer is essentially assisted by AI, a category of one, because he has the personal brand at the center of the onion, and he double downs on everything that is irrefutable, can't be copied. And now with the use of AI, he composes offers, composes value in different ways. So he's not letting AI become the business. You are using AI as a way to not have to create a huge team and organizational structure. You can stay closer to your passion and stay closer to the vision that got you into entrepreneurship in the first place. So a composer uses AI to turn his curiosity and passions into businesses and brands that you actually care about. And that's the amazing thing about the future here. That AI is an accelerator of creativity rather than something that should completely replace you. So the composer understands that. He composes with the tools that he has. And that way stays connected to wherever the hell we are moving. And as you see, this is not the highest rank yet, right? Because there is this phase that I went through as well, where you, as a composer, start making a lot of money and you get lost a little bit. You build something that is making a lot of money, but it wasn't intended to be that in the beginning. For example, as a coach, suddenly you have a whole team with setters and closers and head coaches, and you're not really in it anymore yourself. You're turning over a lot of money, but you kind of lost the purpose side of things. And that, I think, is where you become the sovereign. So what is the sovereign? The sovereign is making his freedom number. So you have learned how to turn your expertise and curiosities and passions into real value, and you're making a lot of money, but you're doing it on the basis of your constraints. So for example, I hate running a shit ton of sales calls. I hate having this typical sleazy sales funnel set up. The only thing that I want to do is create and attract. And I want only to work with people that are 100% fit, that could become friends to me. I'm making a lot of money together with them. I take a percentage, and I sometimes feel guilty at how fun it is. It's truly magnificent. I wouldn't say I'm fully sovereign yet, obviously, but that's the aspiration, I think, for people like that care about more than just money, right? That want to creatively express, make an impact, but also make a lot of money. Because it seems that there is a little bit of a tension there. That if you want to scale, it usually ends up being some cold machine where you don't feel connected to anymore. And then you have money, but what's no sovereignty really, right? Because you're still doing stuff you hate. And that's not the point anyways. That's the whole reason why we get out of the bottom half into the top half, right? Because of freedom. And so sovereignty is, I think, what most people really want, whether they have realized it or not. So how can we make this practical? First of all, if you're in the inverted triangle in the bottom, this is the AI kill zone. You need to get out. It's just that simple. You have to get out, and you have to become and embody yourself as a creator. Curate the content that you consume. Filter that through your psyche, your authentic advantages. Filter that through yourself and create. So that's twofold. You can't be doom scrolling. That's how we lose. That's how we are completely lost. You can't be mindlessly consuming content. You have to curate, taste, and value, siphon it through your own soul, if you will, and create. Because that's how you become a category of one, right? To filter it through yourself, to go all in on personification rather than commoditizing knowledge, because that's what AI is doing, right? AI has all the knowledge. So don't even try to compete on just knowledge and value. That game is over. So get into the game and put the personal brand, so the content you're creating, focus on making that the inner layer. And then as you start to see where your advantages can be used, because everybody has them, whether physical, intellectually, humor, whatever it is, you're going to find that out in the creator phase, in that grinding phase. And once you see the opportunity, go all in on it. And this is how you not only play the game where there is endless rewards in this new economy, but also how you future-proof yourself against AI, against competition. Because there's no one out there who's better at being you. And you, for that reason, are most qualified to attract your tribe of people. So begin doing that and then build the businesses around it that connect to your distribution, to your audience. If you're still wondering, as a creator, as an entrepreneur, how can I be different? Just know that the only thing that we probably have is giving opinions on human experience. Rather, giving perspective on human experience. Perspective is yours. It cannot be taken away. And that's probably where you will be on the safe side as we move forward. So yeah, if you're interested in all of this, and especially if we share the same goal of sovereignty through online business and lifestyle, then join the Sovereign Creator Club. It's free. So see you there, or I'll see you in the next video.